Hello again, I'm coming at you today with some more Infinitrack replays. In these replays, we'll be teching in a copy of Magnet Reverse. If you don't know what Magnet Reverse does, it's essentially a quick play monster reborn for your machine and rock type monsters, but only if those monsters cannot be normal summoned or set, allowing it to pair perfectly with our machine XCs and link monsters. So here you see our Beatrice getting compulsed, but not before we activate Beatrice to send Trencher to graveyard. Trencher will allow us to special summon Anchor, and with Anchor on the field we can special summon Shovel to get our spin turn, and we're going to activate our skill, summoning a Labyrinth Wall to the field, allowing us to XC summon into Stormer. But before we can get Stormer's effect off, our opponent is going to flip up Ice Dragon Prism. This is usually devastating and stops all of our follow-up plays, but thankfully, with Magnet Reverse in hand, we're able to summon back our Stormer from the banish pile, activate Crab Crane to tribute it to get a search off for our Outrigger extension. We're going to link off into Goliath, and now that Stormer is safely back in our graveyard, with a link on field we can activate its effect to tribute Goliath to special summon back Stormer. Goliath, when sent to the graveyard, will activate its effect to attach itself to an Xyz monster, which we attach to Stormer. Stormer activates its effect to search for an Anchor Drill, giving us a follow-up play for next turn. Now we activate Outrigger Extension, allowing us to rank up our Stormer by 2, going into Smasher. We'll use Smasher's effect to boost up by 1000. We swing in for 3100, and on our opponent's turn, he's not able to make any follow-up plays, ends up surrendering, and that is game. This next replay is against Heroes, and what's great about this next replay is it allows me to show off the alternate 2-card combo. This 2-card combo is if you open up with Trencher and either Heavy Forward or Anchor Drill, but no Harvester. So we summoned Anchor, special summoned Trencher, activated our skill, summon our Stormer, activate Stormer's effect to send Trencher and Harvester from deck to graveyard. Trencher is going to activate in graveyard to special summon Harvester, getting us a search for Shovel. Now we go into Beatrice. Beatrice will send our second copy of Trencher to graveyard, guaranteeing us a Harvester play on our following turn. We will tribute off our Stormer with Shovel. Shovel will get a search for our spin turn. We will link off our Shovel, allowing us to special summon back our Stormer and attach Goliath to it as a link material. And finally, we'll set our spin turn, giving us 2 forms of disruption in the forms of Beatrice being able to pitch a Farfa from our deck, and spin turn being able to pop a back row card. A couple things to note is if you opened up Trencher and Heavy Forward as your alternate 2-card combo, you can use Heavy Forward before the end of turn to position your Stormer in attack position, allowing your spin turn to pop a monster instead of a back row card. Our opponent ends up destroying spin turn with Stratos before we get to use its effect. They then fusion summon into Elemental Hero Sunrise. Sunrise will get its effect to search for Miracle Fusion. With a second Miracle Fusion, they're going to be able to fusion summon another Elemental Hero Sunrise. From there, they're going to proceed to the battle phase, and I'm going to activate Beatrice's effect to pitch Farfa from our deck. Farfa will then activate to banish one of their monsters, allowing me to survive for another turn. Now with Trencher in the graveyard thanks to Beatrice on our previous turn, on our turn we'll be able to activate that Trencher, special summoning the Harvester, and with Crab Crane in hand we're going to search for an Anchor Drill. An Anchor Drill when summoned is going to special summon our Crab Crane. We're going to use Crab Crane's effect to get a search for Outrigger Extension. We'll activate Outrigger Extension, then use Anchor Drill's effect on Crab Crane, making them both level 9s, allowing us to XC summon into Earth Slicer. We'll then use Earth Slicer's effect to pop the back row card. From there, I'm going to link off Harvester into Goliath, use Stormer's effect to tribute Goliath to special summon it back onto the field, use Goliath's effect to attach to Earth Slicer, giving it protection against destruction effects. Now with 3 attack position monsters on my opponent's field, I'm going to activate Outrigger Extension on my Earth Slicer, ranking it up by 2 and going into Leeb. With Leeb, I'm going to activate its effect to boost up to 6000, and with 2 materials still attached, I'm able to get off 3 attacks, easily clearing over his monsters and going for game. This next duel is a short and sweet one against Water XCs, but it allows me to show you the ability this deck has to control the board with a simple 2-card combo. I am speeding through this combo because we've seen it enough times on these replays that I think you get the idea by now. You're going to end on a Beatrice and a Smasher as your monsters, and a guaranteed outrigger extension and spin turn in your back row, plus potentially a heavy forward. And with that done, we now have our two forms of disruption set up, with our spin turn and our Beatrice being able to pitch a Farfa from deck. Our opponent's going to activate Mermail, pitching Marksman, targeting our spin turn. We're going to respond, popping his Mermail. He's going to follow up by normal summoning Diva. Diva is going to special summon Heavy Atlantean. I'm going to immediately Beatrice, using Farfa's effect, banish that, denying him his extra normal summon, and giving him no follow-up plays. In this replay against Dark Magicians, I'm going to be showing off the one-card combo that Infinitracks have access to. This can be done by either opening up Heavy Forward or Harvester. So you're going to normal summon Harvester, get a search off for Shovel, activate Shovel's effect, use its effect to search spin turn. Now you're going to activate your skill, placing a Labyrinth Wall on field. Now we can XC summon into our Stormer. Using Stormer's effect, we're going to search for our Crab Crane. Crab Crane going to tribute Stormer to special summon itself. We're going to banish Shovel to get a search for our Outrigger extension. Now we're going to link off our Crab Crane into Goliath. Activate Stormer, tributing the Goliath to special summon itself. Goliath activate to attach to Stormer. Outrigger extension to rank up our Stormer into Smasher. We're going to summon that Smasher in defense position, allowing our spin turn to play around a magical circle. We are then going to attach Heavy Forward to Smasher as a material, allowing us to set both the Book of Moon and spin turn for multiple forms of disruption. He does have the MST to pop our Book of Moon. He's then going to activate his skill, getting a Dimension Conjurer and Dark Magician Girl to his hand. He's then going to normal summon his Dimension Conjurer, getting a search for Magical Dimension. Thankfully, while Magical Dimension does play around Outrigger Extension because it does not target and destroy, because my Machine XCs is attached to Goliath, it is protected from all destruction effects, meaning Magical Dimension cannot destroy it. He is going to get a search and a draw off of Illusion and Conjurer. He's then going to go into the Dark Magicians, and with Illusion on field, he is going to be able to boost up high enough to get over Smasher. Thankfully, Infinitracks, the top deck king, if you can top deck a Heavy Forward or any normal summon, you can get back into the game. So we top deck Heavy Forward, get a search off for Harvester, search Tunneler. The idea being we're going to set up our graveyard for next turn plays, knowing we can't finish this game off because of the Dark Magician's floating effect. We're going to link off the Tunneler, use Stormer's effect to tribute it to bring itself back, attach the Goliath, use Stormer's effect to fuel Trencher into the graveyard, again for next turn plays. We're going to link off our Stormer, use Smasher's effect to revive itself, activate Outrigger extension to rank up into Earth Slicer. Now the game plan here is we were going to pop the Dark Magician with Earth Slicer's effect and absorb one of the two floated monsters as a material for next turn plays, but for whatever reason he doesn't use the floating effect, allowing us to go for game by using Trencher's effect, summoning a monster, activating Tunneler, putting back all of our extra deck monsters including our link monsters, allowing us to link off our Harvester into a Goliath, giving us 4k on the field. And with that, we can set our remaining back row, enter the battle phase, and swing for game. We actually have a doubleheader matchup against Dark Magicians, but this next replay is going to show you the added control that Magnet Reverse gives to this deck. Our opponent special summons Illusion. Illusion's going to get a search off for Dark Magician, and thanks to their skill, they're able to normal summon Dark Magician without tribute and get a search off for Secrets of Dark Magic. They end up using the Eye of Timaeus, allowing them to summon Dark Cavalry. From there, they set one back row, and it's our turn. We do have the 2-card combo, allowing us to do a couple of plays, but I can see game on the field if I can get a lead swing into that Illusion, so that's what I'm going to try and do. So we summon Anchor Drill, special summon Harvester. Harvester is going to get a search for Crab Crane. We're going to use Crab Crane to search Outrigger extension. We're going to activate our skill so we have access to our Stormer. With Stormer, we're going to activate its effect to get a search for Shovel. With Shovel, we're going to tribute the Stormer, get a search off for Spin Turn. Now we'll activate Anchor Drill, allowing us to go into Earth Slicer. We are not going to activate Earth Slicer's effect, which will just be negated and destroyed by Dark Cavalry. So instead, we're just going to use Outrigger extension, go straight into Lead, boost up, and swing for game. We'll also use Heavy Forward to attach to Leeb, giving it one more attack and room to place both of our back row. He ends up using secrets to special summon his Dark Magicians, and thanks to that play and the Dark Magician's floating effect, he will be able to survive one more turn, even being able to use Magician's Rod to tribute the Dark Cavalry to give him more follow-up plays on his turn. And because we have Magnet Reverse and Spin Turn in our back row, we can actually use Magnet Reverse to summon back one of our extra deck monsters in defense position, allowing our Spin Turn to have an Omni Disruption to disrupt either a monster or a spell and trap play. But he scoops before that's even an option, and that's game. I just want to add that right now King of Games is pretty much all Dark Magician or Hero players, making it kind of difficult to find some variety for these videos. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the replays. Feel free to use this deck list and try it for yourself. Have a good one.